Greetings, fellow cigar box guitar builders, players, and enthusiasts, and fans of independent music and musicians. Moses here from Burrell Guitars, and today I'm going to share with you a technique that I've developed for making bridges for my cigar box guitars. Now, there are several items that can be used, and I've seen used to make cigar box guitar bridges. Anything from nuts and bolts, nails, old keys, all those things are nice, and I've used them before as well. But I've come up with a technique for making a bridge that I think you would be interested in also. So first of all, let me show you a few examples of some bridges I have incorporated into my designs. That one uses a 5/16 bolt. This one uses a 5/16 poplar dowel rod with a fret slot cut in it and a fret across the top. This one uses an oak dowel rod, and I've actually painted the bridge black to match the motif of this black and gold cigar box guitar. Now, if you notice, this being an electric guitar, something I've incorporated lately is instead of using a wooden dowel rod here, I'll use a metal threaded rod, and I'll show you why I've come up with that idea. Okay, here it is. Now this one happened to have the saddle glued to the bridge portion. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I do not. Sometimes I just allow this part to float, being held down only by the string tension. That way I can make quick adjustments to the intonation. If you notice the back side of this, I have this routed out to accommodate a 20 millimeter piezo disc. So like so. And if you've seen my videos on how I template my cigar boxes, you notice I always drill a small hole to route this wire through and then wire it to the jack. And of course, there's 4 mounting holes into the bridge itself, which snugs it down flush to the top of the guitar. Here's some other parts that I've already finished. And here's an assortment of dowel rods. Okay, so how do I create these? First of all, you know I'm a big fan of templates. So I create these small templates. As you can see on there, it says bridge piezo. And I make these out of 1/4 by 2 inch hobby board that you can find at your home improvement stores. This happens to be a piece of red oak, and as you can see, I have the template on for the first one, and then I've already templated 2, as you notice by the holes and the lines marked. Now what I will do is go ahead and drill all the holes to include the recess for the piezo before I begin to separate it and cut them into the pieces like this. Now, the tools that I use to do this, for the mounting holes, I use a 3/32 drill bit, and to create the countersink, I use a 5/32 drill bit. To create the recess for the piezo, I use a 3/4 spade bit. You can also use a Forstner bit for this, but I'm going to show you in a minute why I prefer to use the spade bit. Okay, when you drill through with the spade bit, there's going to be a hole in the center. Because that's the guide for the spade bit. Now, I'm going to show you why I want that. Because if I am building an electric cigar box guitar, meaning one using magnetic pickups, I am typically going to use a metal saddle. And I did forget to mention up front, I refer to this part as the bridge, this part as the saddle. Now, if I'm wiring up magnetic pickups and I'm using, for example, a steel threaded rod, this hole in the center allows me to run a ground wire up through and put a light tack of solder on that, and then I can still run that wire down into the cavity of the cigar box guitar. And I can even use this configuration even if I use a piezo and a magnetic pickup. I can just, the hole is big enough to run a ground wire and the lead wire from the piezo. Once again, there's the bottom. You can see how that's recessed. And there's the top. So how does this look when it's mounted to the box top? So I have a top here that I'm working on, and as you can see, and as you've learned in a previous video, I've already templated the hole. That is the hole where the wires were passed through. So we'll go like this. To secure the bridge to the guitar top, I use these small number 4 screws that are a 1/2 inch long. And they're flathead Phillips screws. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and that's how the piezo mounts. Then I'll pass the lead wire through the hole in the top. Pull everything through. Line it up. And screw it down. There you have it. You notice those brass screws match perfectly with the box hardware, which are brass hinges. Okay, so there you have it. Now you know how I make cigar box guitar bridges. I do appreciate you watching this video. If you enjoyed what you've seen, don't forget to subscribe to and like this channel. And remember, I will always post either building or playing tips and techniques videos every Tuesday. Once again, thank you for watching. And remember, friends, it's all about the box.